Yeah, up the mic input volume.
I did.
He did.
All the way.
Quite a bit.
No, up the mic input volume.
Yeah, you
But
should.
the mic input one, though?
No.
Because I did that.
Sam.
You should up the mic input volume.
What happens if Miss PacMan and Mr. PacMan run into each other?
They bump.
Do they eat
Yeah,
each other?
they do that. No, they like fly across the level.
Mine. Haha. See, we just...
Oh god, I died.
Lol.
Darn it, Jacob.
Quick, have pack babies. Let's do it.
Actually, that's a cutscene. They have a baby.
Welcome back, viewers.
Oh goodness.
We thank you for your loyalty and gracious acceptance of our terrible podcast.
Hey,
Did I say terrible again? God.
you meant horrible.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, he died. Today, we're with Andrew and Jake, who are playing, which one is it?
This
Pac-Man.
is Super
This
Nintendo.
Pac-Man.
Super Nintendo Mrs. Pac-Man, which is a lot like Pac-Man, but with an added bow. And that's not the archery kind.
And some eyelashes.
Yeah,
Does she have eyelashes?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
eyelash.
a
She has a
mole.
mole. Yeah.
Oh, wow. God. They went all out.
The funny part is, it sold like an additional 50 million copies because of it. Like the original Pac-Man sold like 70 million copies,
Yeah.
and then they made Miss Pac-Man and it sold 50 million.
I can't find an echo.
And it's actually
same
it's
game.
literally the same game.
Well, they still do that nowadays.
Yeah, Call of Duty, cough. Kip and Sam,
Why do you need
who
long-time
actually
echo?
have this podcast.
I just
Oh
need an
god,
echo.
Why?
You had
We'll
it.
find out.
You
there
had
we
it.
go. There we go.
There you
There we
go.
go. I'm just being cautious.
Good.
Yeah, they're experimenting with things, so bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
I don't know. It's broken.
Bear with us. Come
Bear.
with us.
Water burr.
Bear
You're a
with
cub
me,
guy, right?
we'll float
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
to Baloo.
Ooh.
If
Ooh.
you could stand a
Oh, I
one-man band, there's a piece of fruit.
Oh, I
for
forgot you're
you.
not
Come
playing.
bear with me, we'll fly over to Peru. Oh, darn it. I just kind of rhymed the same one. So what's the plot of this game?
There is the storyline where it's like Miss Pac-Man and Pac-Man meet, and then they get married, and then they have a kid, and there's cutscenes.
That's how you lost.
I know, I wasn't paying attention.
Game over.
Oh no!
Wait, we should make up a story for Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man. We should make up a dialogue.
Mr. Pac-Man was a depressed, sullen loner. He had recently worked in insurance, but his company went belly up. And,
Holy crap, you're going so fast, Andrew.
I know.
and he was lost and wandering, and all he could do was gobble up dots.
What about Mrs. Pac-Man?
Mrs. Pac-Man was also a former insurance
Oh, we should have watched it.
salesman.
That was a cutscene where they had a kid.
Oh, damn. Hold on, Miss Pac-Man was also an insuranceman, and her company went belly up, and all she can do is gobble dots.
Wow. That
So-
sounds slightly similar.
The hard not life
It's
for us.
this match made in heaven.
The hard not life.
It's a gangster's paradise.
It's a wild, wild world, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
It's a mad.
It's a wonderful
mad,
life,
Mad
Jimmy Stewart.
Oh no, we should talk about
Oh,
your teachers from middle school.
Which ones?
The ones that you were telling me about. It was like the bald guy who would sleep with his eyes open and stuff like that.
Popo.
I mean, Jake.
I got you. I got you covered.
Or just some, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff when you were at Capitol Hill that was just like really sketchy and weird, but happened all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, probably. Let's see. There's one janitor whose name was Jerry.
Yeah.
Or we weren't sure what his real name was. If it was Jerry or not.
So you just call him
Because,
Jerry?
no one
Oh.
talked to him.
Yeah.
But he had a janitor's thing that
Go.
had a little name tag.
Yeah,
that
we
said
got it. Yeah,
Jerry.
we got
Oh
it.
my
You were
God.
like on him.
It said Jerry, but then he also had another one that said like Bo, and another one that said J-U-Z.
Shows.
Juz. So we're not really sure what his name was. And
Jerry Bojo's.
So he was like balding-ish, but not like horribly. And he had like long, greasy gray hair
Right.
and a beard, and was fat-ish and generally scruffy. And he smelled like poo. He smelled.
The janitor?
He smelled. Yes, he smelled awful.
Why
And,
were you smelling him?
No, it's not. We would go up and smell him. It's just you could walk by him, and it was just whoo, whoo, wow. Get a whiff
Whoa.
of the poop stench.
Did you ever,
We
say,
got
did you ever make friends?
No, we never made friends
Why
because
not?
his nickname was Scary Jerry because he was so
Alright, let's watch this.
goddamn
All right,
creepy.
cut scene.
Oh wait, hold on.
Stork. Child.
They seem pretty happy.
That was it.
That was awesome.
You had a baby. Okay, so anyway, Scary Jerry.
What?
He was known
Died.
for like, besides just looking like a rapist,
Sounds like a guy.
he
I
would
could
always
get to
yell
know.
at kids. Like, if he needed a kid to do something, he'd just yell at them.
What would the kid need
Oh,
to do?
Well, that's the thing, because he like got kids to do his jobs for him. Like, one time there was poop on the walls in the bathroom, so he just grabbed two random kids. It's funny how nonchalantly, yeah, there was poop on the walls in the bathroom, like, so he had flung poo everywhere. And so he just grabbed two random kids and made them clean it up.
Even though that's
They
his
didn't
job?
do anything.
It's just
So he just he
you
made,
and you.
I don't even know if he like gave them gloves or what, but he's like, "Hey,
Oh, wow.
get over here!" And one time there was a bunch of doors that had been closed because they have the same magnetic locks in the doors, but like go close, and
Yeah.
he just like stormed into our hallway and was like, "Yeah, you! I saw what you did!" And I'm like, "Who, me?" And then he made me close all these doors, and I'm like, "I'm innocent, man. I didn't do anything." But he wouldn't listen, so
Whoa.
I was unlawfully tried and made to close some doors.
Scary Jerry
He's
seems
very
like a
much-
fun guy.
No, he
Yeah,
was
Scary Jerry
What about-
seems
well,
like a
one time
guy
he
I
also-
could
Does he sound like a
go to
mushroom
mall
then?
with.
No, he followed a girl into a
What?
bathroom once.
For what purpose?
I don't know.
Maybe he was
There
going
was
to
a girl
clean
who
the
went into the
bathroom.
bathroom and then he like followed her in there and then everyone's like,
What?
I'm assuming he had some other purpose like, "Oh, I'll clean the toilets."
It's like,
And
come
his-
here, there's something I need to show you in the stall with my clothes on. But
On.
sometimes.
Whoa! They're so
did
fast.
that. So generally,
left, I'll go right.
a scary guy.
Generally, you
I mean-
mean janitor.
I mean,
Right,
that's-
I'll go left.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He might have been a custodian anyway, but he was always really nice to the lunch ladies. Like the only time he used a nice voice was when he talked to the lunch ladies.
Wait, what was his nice voice?
Or there's kind of like some friendly guy in an auto shop. But otherwise, it was just like, "What are you kids doing? You go to the wall." That's another thing. He didn't really say the ends of words very well when he was yelling.
They just kind of.
They kind of dropped off. So it's like, if he would say antithesis, he would be antithesis. That was a word he used a lot.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Good.
But yeah, so
Whoa.
that's the tale of Scary Jerry.
What? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that also kids got away with in class.
Yeah. One time,
Let's go. One more.
one time in the back of so it was a history class. Some kids were bored, and they took.
You were part of this?
I wasn't part of this.
But we.
No, it was not. It was 3 kids, and they took a paperclip, and
Whoa.
they're right by the socket. So they're like, "I wonder what happened if we shove this paperclip into this electrical socket." And one of them said, "Good idea," and they almost did it. But one of them wisely said, "Wait, if we shove the paperclip into the socket, we could get electrocuted." And then so they thought a while, and one of them came with a genius idea to wrap duct tape, which is a known insulator.
Around the paper
Definitely. Yep, around the paperclip. So they wrapped
No.
duct tape around duct
tape?
duct tape around the paperclip and shoved it in, and it started sparking and smoking with it, and eventually the duct tape set on fire
Oh, God.
Did they get
right in the back of the
electrocuted?
class. No, I don't know why they didn't
What
get
the-
electrocuted.
Wait, they
because
didn't?
They didn't.
There we go.
No one got hurt, but the duct tape did set on fire, which shows it is not an insulator. Kids, to all our viewers who are children listening,
Which I'd be surprised if there were any.
any viewers or any children?
Yes.
Neither.
Both. So that happened. Another kid during one detention, he decided to see how many pencils he could stick in the ceiling, and he got up to
Oh, it's just
11.
Without anyone noticing, or just in
Yeah,
general?
well, I mean, he was in Mr. Podratz's class.
Oh, he was a sleepy guy, right?
Yeah.
Talk about him.
Okay, Mr. Maybe I shouldn't have used his name. Well, I'll use Scary Jerry's name. But we don't know if that was his actual name.
Anyways, there's this teacher from.
Just, Mr.
I'll
Mr.
beep it out.
Mr. Popo.
No, I won't.
Mr. Popo was like 6'4" and looked like a walrus.
Kind of like Jamie Heineman.
No, not like Jamie Heineman. He just like Jamie Heineman's completely bald. Mr. Popo is like
Partially bald.
bald, but not like disgusting bald. Just
Meacock
kind of
bald?
like just bald. Just like there's no hair on the top of his head, bald.
Oh.
Not like try to have a comb over or try to disguise it.
Yeah.
It's just like his head looked
I am
like
bald.
he looked like a giant egg. His head did.
Yeah.
And then he had kind of grayish brownish hair. And he was really big and kind of husky, and he had 2 dogs, and he really loved his dogs.
Were they huskies?
No, I think they're some kind
I
of
see
big
what
dog.
you did there.
So anyway, everyone loved Mr. Podratz.
Mr. Popo.
Mr. Popo. That was his nickname. Because he, well, basically in his class, as long as you turned in homework, you got an A. Like, it was probably harder to fail his class than it was to do well. But I know some kids who managed it through
To fail?
Yeah, through great determination and force of will.
I'm not gonna do any homework.
Well, yeah, I mean, you didn't really have to do homework to get a grade. I don't know. It was a strange system.
And you didn't really do much in class, right?
Nope. In class, we had these things called writers' notebooks. Writers' notebooks.
Oh, we had something
at
like
the
that.
start of Mr. Bodratz's class, he'd stand up and say, "Get out your writers' notebooks." And that, like, that's people have said that is a pretty darn good impression of him. So whenever he was talking to class, he'd like yell because he was very hard of hearing.
So
he
he thought
had
he
double
was being
hearing
quiet?
aids. I don't know, but he always yell in his really high voice when you're talking. He'd go, "Yeah, okay, talk like this." So you just sit in class all day and work on something. We never really had a discussion, and most of the thing was like filling out random grammar crap, and it was like terrible and boring.
History class, though, right?
No, it was English. We read Rascal.
Oh, the big balls don't turn blue anymore. Oh god, I'm so scared. Oh no.
Yeah, so we read Rascal and I think The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I wanna play
That's
that
the gang one, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's that golden
The
pony boy.
Christian one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's happened? Oh, so that was his class basically. So you could you just like filled out random crap. Hello, Betsy. And then Aaron found out that if you wrote small enough, he'd give you an A. Because Aaron's very good at writing tiny.
Yeah.
You want to play an F1 game?
And then so if he found out that if he wrote his stuff small enough, Mr. Podratz would be like, "I can't read this, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and just give you an A on it." So he read Jack London's Call of the Wild and wrote this essay on it where he talked about, "I really enjoyed Captain Phasertron's one eye and arm that shot pure lasers and how he managed to take over the world by using Alaska as a weapon," or something like that.
And
just
got a full grade on it?
Yeah, and just got full points on it and had nothing to do with Call of the Wild. I think the funny thing is...
Did he actually read it?
I think he read the book too and just decided to like not write an actual write-up on it.
I remember people doing that in middle school for like language homework. It was like doing it in the 3 minutes before class, and freaking up for some teachers if you just like wrote in poor enough handwriting that was like relatively close, your conjugations and stuff like that couldn't be recognizable. So you just like got the majority of the verb in there, and then it just trailed off, and you could still get points for it.
Right. I've done that before. Another thing with Mr. Podratz is, I told you about this, he could sleep with his eyes open. And so he had a really good gig going. So what he'd do is he'd sit outside the hall for class and chat with the other teachers, and then class started, and he'd go down, "Get out your writers' notebooks!" And then sit down, open up a book, and start reading it, or pretend to read it, because he could sleep with his eyes open. And the only way you could really tell if he was sleeping or not, because he slept in the same position and was managed to stay straight up, or managed to not fall over.
Like sitting?
Yeah. And the only way you could tell if he was asleep is if he didn't turn the pages of the book. But it was hard to tell because I said before he was really hard of hearing.
Yeah,
He had 2 hearing aids, but he was really hard of
janky.
hearing, and so you could still like say stuff in his class and get away with it. But it was difficult to tell because sometimes certain kids would say stuff and not get away with it, but other kids could talk.
Yeah.
So like there was this kid named Daniel, And there was a streak of like 3 weeks where every single day Daniel got a detention from Mr. Podratz. And then one day he just decided, I'm not going to get a detention. Well, the thing is because Daniel would talk so much. Yeah. And he just chatterbox.
He's just one of those people who couldn't shut up.
Right. He was a funny kid, but he was a chatterbox. Anyway, so he decided one day, I'm not going to get a detention today. I'm just not going to get a detention. I'm not going to talk to anyone. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm just going to do my work and not get a detention. And so obviously everyone tried to distract him and stuff.
Right.
And midway through class, he sneezed, and Mr. Podratz just stands up. Daniel, detention! He's like, what? I didn't even do it. Daniel, detention. Mr. Podratz sits back down and falls asleep. There's another time
Was he smiling or completely serious?
He was serious, but you could tell he had a good sense of humor because like he joked around with kids, but it was just hard to tell. He was sort of a mystical being, you know.
If you fucking sneeze, man,
yeah, you're gone.
No mercy, you're gone.
There's another time during class, just in the middle of class, he's like, "I gotta use the bathroom," and the bathroom's like right outside his door. So he gets up and he walks outside.
Anybody in here who knows the light board really well?
No.
Nope.
I mean, I can function, but
I can mash buttons.
So he went out to the bathroom?
Yeah, so he got up, went outside, and he was gone for like 2 minutes, and we're like, where the heck is he? And then his room was like a corner room.
Yeah.
And then you could see directly out to the parking lot. We saw him walk out, stand next to his car, and then pull out a cigarette and just start smoking it in the parking lot, just like in full view of everyone. Like, he must have known we could see him. He just didn't care. So he's just, I'm going to go use the bathroom now. Gets up, goes and has a smoke outside. And then he came back and acted like nothing happened.
What a guy.
Did he burn cigarettes on you?
No, he didn't do that.
Why not?
He was a nice guy. He used to be a boxer, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like old people who used to be boxers are really funny. And like you would never suspect them to be a boxer.
Punched so much.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Spoto's is like a biggish guy.
This is hard
Also, for lunch every day,
Yeah,
he had a
it's
signature drink.
2D.
Every day, he'd have multiple Diet Right colas.
Yeah.
Like 3 or 4 a day. And he had a mini fridge right in the front of his classroom, so it became kind of a challenge to get up and steal a cola from his mini fridge.
Did you ever get one?
I didn't.
No.
Other kids did.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Aaron got him. He got him a box of cola for his birthday, or was it Christmas? Probably Christmas. Anyway, Aaron got him a box of Diet Right Cola one time.
I know a man who's a friend of my father, and he's a nice guy. He's a big fellow, and he just mainlines Diet Coke all the time. It's like all he drinks at like any hour of the day. You could conceivably find him with a Diet Coke in his hand, just chugging it down.
Mr. Podratz is kind of like this, but with Diet Right Cola or coffee. Those are the only two things people ever saw him drink. And the only two things people saw him eat were whole leeks, like the plant,
It's like
the
a leek.
vegetable, just like
Munching on a leaf.
Yep, that, and Swiss cheese. Like, not on anything, just
So
a block
4
of Swiss
foods.
cheese.
And
Yep.
he just eats bites off the block.
Yeah, just
Did he have a uniform?
no. He just kind of came in with a blue shirt and
But did
khaki
he always
pants
wear
every
the
day.
same sort of thing?
Mostly. Yeah.
Tie?
Yeah. So he, one kid, he saw him get out the Swiss cheese and thought it was butter. So there was a rumor circulating around in like 7th grade that Mr. Podratz only eats butter. But it was Swiss cheese.
Slight difference.
Aaron has an autographed tie from Mr. Podratz.
Yeah.
One of Mr. Podratz's original ties, autographed by Mr. Podratz.
He gave it to him?
Yeah.
It was just like, here, take my tie.
No, it was more like, Mr. Podratz, I don't know how he asked him. I wonder if he's like, maybe he just said, Mr. Podratz, could you autograph my tie and give it to me?
Or your tie and give it to me?
Yeah. Autograph, yeah. And then so Mr. Podratz said, oh, great, and just gave him a tie with his name on it. So no one's really worn it because it's not very fashionable, but it's kind of like a relic hanging up in our closet. Like some sort of ancient staff of Moses.
Moses.
You should frame it.
Yeah, maybe we could frame it. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I feel like we need more eating audio. Eating with Sam in every episode.
Cantaloupe.
That's
Smack your mouth, smack your lips.
today's cantaloupe.
You need to clean your ears. Well, look at these ears. They have things in them. They're
think it's earwax, but it's got eyes.
It's got eyes. It's so loud.
It's such a great game.
I'm right next to the microphone.
Oh my god, that guy's got a hammer.
Oh my god.
Harvey, he's got a hammer.
Call the police.
Harvey, he's got a hammer. That man outside has a hammer, Harvey.
I don't want to call the police. She's fine. He's my neighbor. His name's Frederick.
Bing.
Die.
Harvey, there's coins coming out of those boxes, Harvey.
What's that from?
There's a mushroom. Nothing. I don't know.
This was actually my favorite.
What if this is how like military worked?
What?
You
Like
trained.
if you ate mushrooms and leaves, you got bigger and bigger, and then every time you got hit by something, you got smaller. And then the person
kinda
at
like
the end of the war with the
karma?
biggest soldier wins.
It'd be like Katamari.
Right.
Katamari was war.
In a
By the
world.
way, Kip, do you want
I thought that was
a
squid.
copy of Katamari back?
Katamari.
I mean,
Katamari
I don't have a
never
PS2,
changes.
so I mean, it's better used
got
from you,
sparkles in
I
here.
guess.
Really?
Yeah, there's
From
just
what?
one. I don't know. It's like glitter. It's in
Do I have
your hair.
sparkles in my hair?
Just one, a singular. I see it.
Do I have
Yeah.
sparkle lice?
There's one.
That would be cool.
You do. You
Lice
have
that
a single
sparkles.
New screen name.
Sparkle lice?
Oh,
Yeah.
sparkle lice.
I slapped him
Hey, get it.
on the hand.
That's essentially Game
or
Grumps, though.
Katamari.
My turn. Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, wait, was that the roly one?
That was that one.
Yeah, that's the
Or
one that's like-
Sumo Tori would be good.
Yeah, Sumo Tori.
I have that on my
That game
computer
is.
at home.
Do you have like the full version?
Oh,
Yeah.
That game's
calamari is
spectacular.
squid.
Calamari.
Yeah.
Did you
Ah.
conflate Katamari and calamari?
No.
That'd be pretty amazing though.
Conflate?
A calamari katamari.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
there's
that's.
a level in Katamari Damacy
A
where
giant
you,
ball
like,
of
try to
squid.
get a giant squid, so I guess that makes sense.
That's funny.
Alright, we should start finishing that.
Oh,
Sean,
the MC script?
Sean, give us 3 words.
Lazy, affluent, and ridiculous.
Lazy, affluent, and ridiculous. Alright, let's put this. Because yesterday
You took a
was.
screenshot.
I did on accident.
You fucked up. You've wasted memory. Do you realize what that
Yesterday, our jingle was whiskey, my misty. Whiskey, my misty. I just want to play some fire hopscotch. So, wait, what were our 3 words?
means? Sorry?
Ridiculous, affluent, something else.
Ridiculous, affluent, and lazy, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this gonna be part of the thing? What's going on here?
Well, hold on, Jamie. Alright, you don't know how this works. And that's not saying that I do either, but just calm down, okay? At the end of the episode, we have a jingle. And we say the jingle, and then it's done. And then Jake and I say, I beat in your pool. I mean, that was what happened last time, but... Tea's ready. So how are we going to end it? Wait, I already forgot what the words were.
Lazy, affluent, ridiculous.
Affluent.
Affluently lazy.
How do you spell affluent?
A-F-F, Luent, L-U-E-N-T.
You're awful, by the way. You're terrible
Andrew
at
just died
Mario.
at video game.
Just died at video game?
Yes, Luigi just fucked up.
Okay.
Luigi,
Mario.
Bing. Bing.
Lazy. I'm crazy.
Affluently lazy.
I'm so lucky. I'm ridiculously affluent. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
You what, man?
Should I count you guys off? Do you guys know what you're saying? Too bad.
Lazy fire hopscotch.
Nope, it's different.
Butts.
Okay.
Is this the ending?
And a 7, 8, 12. Lazy. I'm crazy. I'm so glad I'm ridiculously affluent. Yay.
That's real comedy right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear that? That's the Doppler effect, as demonstrated by our host.
Came into prevalence in 1945.